everyone, I'm the Moogle King, and these are the Kupo reviews. Okay, well, Metal Gear Solid 2. I have a lot of things to say about Metal Gear Solid 2, like, the tanker, for example. I'm going to start with that. Well, I'm just going to mention the first game that was on PS1, not the arcades, but, also the third one, because that one's obviously going to be my favorite, because I already know it's my favorite. Though Phantom Pain is actually pretty good. I'm also going to talk about the crappy Raiden spin-off. I mean, it was alright as a game, but it's not really like the vibe of Metal Gear Solid. But anyways, the first scene's rather gorgeous with this realization stuff. It's like all realistic, all up until he jumps off the bridge with that little bungee cord that you can see at the end that he just like magically cuts off with his feet somehow. And then he somehow turns around and lands on his feet. When you're going down at like that sort of speed, you're gonna smash regardless, you're gonna break a leg. So that was completely unrealistic. But it was one of those superhero entrances. From like, sorry, this is my cat, Layla. Anyways, at least he's no longer block face, you know, and you can actually see his like facial hair. Besides, when you can only see it in the codec. Yeah, you liked the video? Anyways, like, the tanker's like a giant-ass maze. Like, it's really nice, actually. It sort of reminds me of the snow area a little bit from when you're trying to find Sniper Wolf and kill her, bitch-ass. She was my favorite in the first game. Besides, like, Psycho Mantis was a close one, but still, she was definitely my favorite, yeah. But, like, they do the intro just so perfectly with the tanker and Snake and everything to set it up for the second half of the game. Like, Fortune's husband and dad being on the fricking tanker when it sinks and they both get killed, or then, like, I guess the Dead Cell commander died there too, maybe? It's sort of, like, insinuated that he did. Then, like, you fight Olga, and, like, you tranquilize her, and you just leave her there. I mean, she disappears after the match, of course, but she's gone, and then her baby gets kidnapped. And then, like, Sergei gets killed, and no one knows how, really. While Ocelot's trying to escape, he kills him, obviously, but, like, and then, like, Ocelot hijacked the frickin' Metal Gear, and it's, like, obvious what's going to happen. Not the Olga stuff, but, like, Snake is basically gonna be quote-unquote dead by, like, that giant tidal wave. Like, I don't care if Otacon got a boat for him, there's no way a boat's gonna survive that fucking tidal wave at the end. Not to mention, unlike the PlayStation 1 version, you didn't have to go through the whole fucking game multiple times just to get the bandana and the cloak. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's the stupidest thing ever. With the big shell incident happening now, like, after the tanker sinks and everything, it has that whole nostalgic scene. Snake swimming in from underneath the water. Colonel Campbell talking over the codec to you. And then you can obviously tell it's not Snake by the time that he finally responds with his voice. And it's sort of sad it not being Snake, because I believe even in the arcade version, he was the main character for it. I'm pretty sure about that. I want to say like 75% sure. And it's like, and the game's called Metal Gear Solid. I mean, it's supposed to be around Solid Snake. Ugh. I mean, number 3 is, and it's around Big Boss, but that one's a prequel, so. Anyways, you pop up from the water and you see, like, and you like look around, you grab the shit, obviously, and then you go to that area that's very reminiscent, no, very likewise to the same setup as the first game as soon as you get out of the water. With those boxes there, but there was more boxes in the first one. Then you just see Snake going up the lift, which in the first game he went down a lift. Then afterwards, like, those soldiers wake up, which at the time, if you're playing normal, you don't have a weapon, so it's very reminiscent of the first game. Like, you basically have to walk around, either kill the guards or sneak past them. And yeah, that's about it for that whole part. But like, they hit you with so much nostalgia, you soon forget that the game is not called Metal Gear Solid, it's called Metal Gear Raiden. Like, it's just Metal Gear Raiden, man. I mean, with most things, it would have been bad, but like, the way they did it wasn't too bad. I mean, I don't really like Raiden personally, I find him as a whiny bitch, but I love his voice actor, though. Quentin Flynn, I believe, does Axel and Reno. Reno in the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children in the English part. Anyways, the Mystic Warriors are like, they're not really that fun. Like, I mean, Psycho Mantis, that shit was ridiculous. And then like Sniper Wolf, you can barely see the bitch when you're trying to kill her. And then frickin', who the hell was the last one? Raven. You fight him in a tank first time, and then you have to frickin' get chased down with his, by his giant ass minigun, I believe it was. Like, that was like, some of that was like really badass, like Mantis at least. But this one, you got frickin' Fortune, which you later find out she doesn't have really much powers besides the time that she deflects the missiles from you. And then, like, Fat Man, he's basically Raven but with explosives. Which, it's like, it's okay, but he's just annoying, more or less. At least for the fight. But Vamp is definitely my all-time favorite. Like, I think it's Romanian vampire he is. But like, he's so much like Gray Fox, in a sense, with his way he dodges the bullets and shit. Which I obviously loved. But the thing that really pisses me off about Metal Gear Raiden is that they give you freaking Ocelot and the ninja and you never fight them. Like, in the first game, Ocelot loses his hand to the ninja, yeah, so, but you fight them both at one point. So it's like, plus like, this game had no like one giant ass twist, like Master, what the hell was his name? I don't know, the guy who trained Snake and Liquid, like, he was actually dead and it was Liquid the whole time through the codec. And they literally, like, the whole game... Oh yeah, that's another thing, actually. You never fight Olga again, either. Like, why not? I mean... she's there. Obviously, you can't kill them, but, like, you did, like, in the third one. You can't kill Ocelot or it's game over. They could have done the same thing. But anyways, this whole game is basically a replay of Shadow Moses. And it is such a replay of Shadow Moses that they even say so, which softens the blow of the reality that's just a replay, but just in a different location and new characters. But I obviously don't mind it, because I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, see, Dynasty Warriors 8. Anyways, but, I mean, all Dynasty Warriors does is use the same storyline, add a few characters, and change small minor events. And I still love it, so... But, like, the way that they like, in the game, they even break the wall and say that it's basically a replay of Shadow Moses. And it's really weird they did that, but yet brilliant, because, like, it really does soften the blow, and you're just like, yeah, shut the fuck up. It's not like it, and then when you just sit back and beat the game, you realize it was. Okay, onward to the bosses. Okay, let's start from the Tinker. Right away, there's Olga. I freaking hate that one so much, because it's literally hide and go seek in a very small area, which isn't fun, but like in number 3, it's so much fun with the end. I mean, he hides really damn well. This one, you only get like 3 hiding spots, and it's not great. And like, the enemy gets like 12. I mean, the end has a pattern where he goes, but like, you still have to find his ass. Then there's, I guess, the mini fight with the soldiers is considered a boss fight. It's really not even worth mentioning. It's like, the only bad thing about it is your rate of fire with the, I want to say it's the SOCOM snake it has. Then I think the next one is Fortune. I think it's just a time waster, or you just have to shoot a certain amount of bullets before it passes. You have to wait for the lift to drop down with Vamp on it. Then you just kill Vamp for the first time. But like I said before, she has minimal power. It's like everything is fake with her, basically. Up until the end. Then the next one I believe would be Fat Man. But I already said he's a New Age Raven with explosives, but the rooftop is even set up like those boxes in the ice room when you fight Raven. Then you have to go back there, lay on the ground and everything for your keycard to change. But yeah. But with Fat Man came one of my most favorite quotes from the game. Laugh and grow fat. That is definitely something I would say. Okay. Let's see, the next one would be, I want to say, the Harrier. It's just a replacement of when you have to fight the Chopper in the first game, so it's not really much to say. It's not really a bad fight. It's not really... It's easy, but it's not really hard. Vamp, I like him very much, obviously. He's, I believe, the next one. He's basically Frank Anger, Grey Fox, you know, which I loved him. I still make him in every Soul Calibur game I make. Well, I play. Not make, obviously. And, like, it's just hilarious. He dies 3 different fucking times throughout the game, and then he has the balls to show up in the 4th one, I believe. In that helicopter scene, and then Raiden jumps down. Anyways. And then they, like, did, like, a recreation of him in the 3rd game with a spider who just sits there and repetitively heals himself by eating animals, which is awesome. Annoying, but awesome. But it's just like Vamp. He's, like, invisible most of the damn time. He's jumping around, hard to fucking shoot. I like that. Then I guess Tengu soldiers are considered, but they're easy as long as you got your nice trusty new sword. Metal Gears. Oh, I loved the Metal Gear in the first one. That fight was fun as shit. This was just a chore. Like, if you didn't do it right, you would get fucked, obviously. If you've seen my video, I got fucked over like a shit ton of times, because I wasn't weakening them all before I had one of them chase me down onto the platform. And then lastly, Solidus. Like, I love the ninja vibe, but I dislike tentacle porn. I mean, what the fuck is up with his tentacles? Like, he didn't have it in that scene when, he jumps into the Harrier. Where the hell did he get his tentacle porn from? What does he think he is? Dr. Octopus and I'm Spider-Man? I mean, I do have you do have a skin suit, but, like, it's not red and it's not like you're shooting cum out of your hands. Also, I wanted to talk about some of the achievements. Like, the dog tag, that's stupid as shit. I mean, you have to go through the game like 4 different times just to even get it per each mission. And then, like, I wanted to talk about the frickin' VR and alternative missions. I didn't even fucking do them. Didn't even attempt to do them. I mean, they're fucking stupid. I hate VR. As you'll see, like, in the Big Snake area of my uploads, like, I did the fucking VR constantly over and over again because I didn't realize I had to exit, so there's like a few extra videos there. Okay, first time, this game is not bad, especially with the crude aiming, the bad camera angles, and the graphics were really good for its freaking time and age, but, like, nice cutscenes. Like, they spent so much time on dialogue, I didn't even show most of it. Like, you can have awkward conversations with Otacon while you're hiding in a box, hiding in a locker. He'll talk about how he pissed himself and shit. It's literally the frickin' Emmerich, like, sign that you're an Emmerich if you're in a locker and you piss yourself. I mean, Emma did it, Hal did it. Like, you can make awkward calls to, like, everyone. It's pretty interesting. I didn't even show most of the Rose stuff. Like, if I would have saved more often, you would have seen, like, all these weird conversations between him and Rose, Raiden and Rose. But personally, I did enjoy the game. Especially when I was half asleep, slipping on pigeon shit, falling off the pipe, slipping off random stuff. Like, I was laughing pretty damn hard. But, like, I didn't even show the pigeon shit. Now that I think about it, I was always careful around it. It's around the edges most of the time, and when you get up from the first area, when you first start the big shell incident, like, you'll see it around the edges. You can literally slip on it. And then the amount of effort they made this game to be not exactly the Shadow Moses incident, it actually paid off pretty damn well, because it didn't feel all like Shadow Moses most of the damn time. But it still had that vibe, which was really nice, but I'd rate this game like, I want to say 4 out of 6. Mostly because, like, the aiming was just so damn bad. I mean, it's always been bad, but, like, you used to have a better camera angle. So it wasn't too horrible. And you'd see the line of fire, like a straight line of red beam. So you know where you're shooting. Like, this one, like, you had to blind shoot most of the damn time. Like, when you're running down the corridor, a snake, you have to freaking shoot them soldiers. It's all fucking blind shooting. And then, like, you can't, like, when you hold an AK, you can't be looking at a box. It won't go up. You won't be able to shoot. You'll have to shoot at the ceiling just to shoot your damn gun. Which sucked. It was horrible. It's like, why the fuck do I have an AK then? But what I really liked was how they even brought in Fat Man's teacher. That was interesting in a sense. Then he turned out to be a lying coward, and then died, and you see him floating in the water, which, that's something I really like. They brought back the water again. But, oh, I fucking hated Emma. She is such an annoying bitch. You gotta hold her hand through everything. Oh, then when she dies, I was so happy. The first time I played it, I'm like, yes! But, yeah, like I said, 4 out of 6. It's a pretty good game. I mean, I would recommend it. I do recommend it, actually. Man, there's a taser. Did you guys hear that? I gotta go. If you don't hear from me, I'm dead.
The Rogo King's the best!